Bonjour and good afternoon. Ceci va être une vidéo bilingue. This is going to be a bilingual video parce que on ne fait ces choses-là qu'une fois because we only do those things once. We don't want to do it again for the French. On ne veut pas vraiment le faire deux fois juste pour faire deux langues. Voilà. Alors, aujourd'hui, c'est une après-midi avec la chocolatière. Today is an afternoon with a chocolatière. Qui va parler avec vous, who's going to speak to you while packing chocolate, en même temps que emballer les chocolats, of the business, de l'affaire, et comment organiser notre semaine qui vient, and how to organize our week that is coming. Parce que c'est très difficile, on a du mal en ce moment, donc si on fait une vidéo et qu'on la regarde, on comprendra. It's very difficult at the moment to organize myself because Easter has been so busy. I'm adding this, that's not fair. Okay, I'm adding. So I've got to talk and see what I can do to help this person when I watch the chocolatier. I will understand what she needs, hopefully. So, donc voilà, nous y allons. Because we are a very bad boss, you know, us bad bosses, what we do, we time our employees. So, nous, les mauvais patrons, voilà ce qu'on fait. Nous allons voir combien de temps les employés mettent pour emballer les choses. Working here is atrocious. I don't advise it to anyone. The last person who worked with this chocolatier here, je vous dis, il vaut mieux pas travailler avec moi parce que cet employeur, il est terrible. La dernière personne qui a travaillé avec moi, s'est fâchée, je sais plus trop pourquoi, donc yes, the last person, well, it didn't go so well in the end, so sometimes I think we're better off on our own than being helped by other people. Voilà. So, donc voilà, je vous montre, voilà mes barres de chocolat. Chocolat figue, pistachio et cardamome. This is a fig pistachio and cardamom medium bar that I am now wrapping. J'ai changé le système de cet emballage. I have changed the way I am wrapping those. Parce que, because the original way is to put paper around it. It takes a long time and it's quite hard on the hands when we work hard. Donc voilà, la façon originale que je les faisais, c'était avec du papier en dedans. Mais ça prend beaucoup de temps. Alors, aujourd'hui, j'ai pensé, si nous présemballons les barres dans du PLA, c'est de l'amidon de maïs ou de plante qui est fait qui est devenu du plastique. These bags are made in PLA, so I am wrapping them in those. PLA is cornstarch, so it will compost or it will burn and just put CO2 and not pollute the earth with plastic, which is pretty important to me. It doesn't have to be important to you. We all have our guilt to carry. I've carried it for so long. This, worry about the plastic and it going on into the land. Same with really cans and things like that. They should be recycled, but I guess that's another story. Dites donc, c'est difficile de traduire en même temps qu'on parle parce que on perd le lien de ce qu'on disait. It's very hard to do a video while speaking English and French at the same time, and I am not sure it is very productive either. Donc, nous allons peut-être, so we might well abandonner de le faire avec les deux langues. We might well give up doing with the two languages et de le faire en anglais and to do it in English, since I would guess the 4 subscribers that I have, or 3, is it? 3, yeah, 3. Well, they are probably English speakers who speak a little bit of French, but not enough to understand. So what we are trying to do is getting back in the old habits of putting them in bags. We have already put them in bags. So you see, this is the way that we are doing these things. I am sure there is a faster way, but we won't comment about the activity right here. It is not the point of today is to have a business meeting with ourselves to exchange ideas and see where we are going to go. There is something pretty interesting and challenging about working on your own and having a business. It's brilliant. Yeah, but the boss, look. I think he's gone for a walk. Let's do it anyway. Okay, how long does it take to wrap 3 bars? Now you're going to do the adding up at the end, aren't you? You're going to say, why is the chocolate so expensive now? I'm not having any of that. You weren't there earlier when I was sewing those. You weren't there earlier when I was printing those by hand, and I was cutting them by hand with the scissors. Okay, there's lots of things we could add, but this is going, so we better not talk too much about why it's so expensive. Well, actually, you know what? It's not that expensive. It's about the same as local chocolatiers who respect themselves, you know. The line of £50 a kilo, it's about there, isn't it? Mine is 54. I've seen someone locally, actually, she does 54 as well. I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but it's a very nice Sue Gilmore, which I haven't spelled once, unfortunately. I thought I would review, but she does delicious chocolates. Après tout, on peut parler de l'affaire en français. Les Anglais n'ont pas besoin d'écouter, and the French don't need to hear it either. If they don't speak English, they may not hear the business plan. So, ce qu'il se passe la semaine prochaine, c'est que j'ai des commandes et je n'ai pas les chocolats pour ces commandes. Donc, nous devons faire des primos. We have orders for which we do not have the stock, for we were so busy with Easter eggs that we have not really kept an eye on the non-stock. Well, we sort of have, we know this is why this new stock has been made. But it is a challenge at the moment to be able to find the time to organize oneself. So there is an order for someone who needs 130 chocolates for a birthday or a wedding anniversary by the end of the month, or before the end of the month. In fact, the 27th is the day when we have organized a bit of a workshop. So 130 chocolates. Obviously, I cannot do 130 different chocolates. Can I get away with 10 of each different chocolates? Well, that is a little bit on the same side. That will be 13 kinds of chocolates. What do you think? 130. So what we're going to do is, because they are for persons that are non-drinkers, which is very nice, we have to do chocolates which we don't normally have 10 ganaches of in non-alcoholic. So what do? combine the stock for the prunes with those chocolates and make sure there's some non-alcoholic ones. Or we could think about the single chocolates and the ones we need for that large order. And that contains 4 different types of chocolates. They could all be non-alcoholic if we wanted. We could do things like fondants, which are less time consuming than, say, caramels, because we need to make the caramel, we haven't got any. Yes, there's variations on caramel. Caramel could be added some fruit powders or some fresh ginger. So we'll have a ginger marzipan for the prunes, so we'll have some of that. So I'm really talking about the different ganaches at the moment, and deciding what to offer in a box of 130 chocolates. It's got to be magnificent. Actually, it can't just be ordinary looking chocolates. It can't. It must be a very special occasion. So we have to make it a special day by doing something very special.
Alright.
Hello, how are you?
That Easter egg with that honeycomb is quite nice.
Oh, I was going to give you a try of the
Well,
other
I was
honeycomb.
suggest one thing.
Because look, the one that burnt, that set the fire alarm off. Look, that's the one. It's horrible.
That's too.
Well, no, it's on the photo in the book. It is that color. But don't need too much. It's very.
No.
It's bad, isn't it?
That's not good.
Okay. That's brilliant. Yes.
With the honeycomb,
Yes.
if it was honeyed or combier.
Oh, come here. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
as in more
Yeah,
homier.
it needs to be more like a sponge, sort of.
Yeah, I don't know if that works. I don't know how to cook it, so I am really clue. But
Yeah, I don't either. I just.
It tastes lovely.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. It's not too hard, is it? It is a bit hard.
Honeycomb on the outside is always hard. It's just when it's thick enough, the inside is nice and soft still.
Oh, you know what? I did. It's spread in a dish, so I should have had a taller dish.
Don't know. I haven't got a clue. I have no idea.
Oh well, thank you for the feedback. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, you've got to give it to somebody else anyway. I would say one thing though.
Yes.
For me, if you're making Easter eggs next year like that,
Yes.
do the Easter egg,
Yes.
do the honeycomb, dip it in chocolate, and just leave it loose inside.
Okay. Yes, I did think about that.
Because then you've got the choice of eating the honeycomb with chocolate on or eating the Easter egg.
Yes.
Rather than because it's quite thick and you can't break the bloody stuff.
Oh, you need a hammer. You've got lots of them in the shed.
Not do my teeth any good.
Well, you don't have to eat the hammer.
No, certainly don't. But anyway, that's the only. If you could call that as a criticism.
No, it's a comment that is not critical because it's not negative or it's not searching to denigrate. It's just being perfectly constructive.
Yeah, well, I think so. Because
Yeah.
it might even be easier just to dip it, let it go off, and just stick it in and mold it up and done.
It would if the shell
and
of
people
Easter
think, oh,
egg
there's
was
something
made.
in here.
Yeah. There's maybe a treasure of chocolate.
Well, you don't know what, it's just, oh, something in here.
You know what would be nice is an Easter egg with coins in it, but coin of different chocolates.
Oh,
You know, all wrapped up,
yeah, well,
looking
that's
like real coins.
not real coins, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean,
Well, no.
Unless they're paying for them.
Oh, well, I suppose. Why not? Huh? Why not?
So what are you doing today?
I'm wrapping bars and tablets and wasting time talking to myself as well.
Doesn't do you any good.
No,
What was I going to say?
nothing better to do, eh?
I'll take the sign down.
Oh, yes,
sometime.
please. Oh, yeah. Because
You
it's
put on
too
there
Okay.
if you decided if you're going to do these chocolate evenings or afternoons. You
Yeah,
put down there
chocolate evening cocktail. No, not cocktails.
third Thursday of the month or so. I don't know what.
Hey, I could get an alcohol license.
A what?
An alcohol license, and then it could be proper chocolate and alcohol in the evenings. It would work, but I don't want to do it, not really.
I don't think people running and raving, going off and being alcohol and driving down the road. Not a good idea.
No, that's true, actually.
No. It's okay.
Well, they could sleep in the barn. You could like do a special corner for those who don't have barns. They can sleep on the straw.
Sleep upstairs on the bed.
On a campfire. And that would be £50, and in the barn would be 75 because that's a proper countryside experience.
It's always full, you know that.
Pardon?
I said this place always full anyways, isn't it?
Oh yes, well,
Yes.
that's nothing to do with...
We've got some enjoyment, didn't we?
Well, have you already?
Already.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all.
Very good. Nice to share the news. Oh yeah, you can have those if you want, but it's only like milk chocolate. That one's got cardamom and pistachio. And that one's white chocolate. Just milk, plain milk. Oh, he jumped at you and then happened to be an half Easter egg. This is not a pantomime, by the way. I did not expect anybody to come in. You have surprised a conversation between my very nice friend Mick, and who's living on the premises and kindly has built all this kitchen with the help of Rosie, who was not around but could come any minute. So if you hear me talking to someone, it's not me doing the two voices. I always wanted to be a ventriloquist. That would be brilliant. So now we are talking business. We're talking how do I arrange 130 chocolates? How many do I make of each type? They've got to be exciting. They can be a mixture of different things. We won't bother with an honeycomb for the moment. That was Mick's favorite. He kept asking me for honeycomb, so I made him a honeycomb Easter egg. Things are falling over, yes. We're going to start getting those ready. This is the best before date and the batch number, which is what's required for chocolate production. We might as well enjoy this moment and rehearse our numbers, because that makes the mind work really strangely actually. 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 28, because I've got done two of it in both French and English. We were missing two. It's very hard to keep posture when doing such jobs. It's very challenging. I don't seem to be very good at it actually. I'm trying my best now. 2, 5, 3. thinking about making a cup of tea maybe. You know what is really funny, and I am going to post this, however much I may be embarrassed about it, is my change of behavior. When he came in, I changed entirely. My speech changed, my voice changed. It's like suddenly I'm someone else, and when she comes, I'll be someone else, totally, even more like someone. Yeah, it's funny how we change around people, isn't it? It's a funny life. That's why I think it's very useful to watch ourselves, whether it's professionally or not, just because it helps knowing who we are and how we behave, and watch these things we don't normally notice we do or say. Ouais, je leur disais à nos amis qui parlent anglais que c'était marrant de... Lorsque Mick est rentré, Mick qui est mon propriétaire, j'ai changé tout de suite. Je suis devenue quelqu'un d'autre. J'ai changé ma personnalité. C'était vraiment assez étrange. Et j'ai trouvé ça drôle parce que je n'avais pas remarqué que lorsque je suis avec moi-même, je suis d'une certaine façon, et quand quelqu'un d'autre rentre, je deviens quelqu'un d'autre. Je n'avais pas remarqué. Enfin, que c'est maintenant que j'y pense, oui, j'ai remarqué avant, mais j'ai pas cherché à comprendre pourquoi je le fais. Like, why do I change attitude suddenly? Can't I remain level and be the same? Now, the aim of this life, I think, is to be as level as we can with our personality. So that goes by definitely watching others and ourselves and seeing if our behavior brings equilibrium within us and within others, because it's not just about us, it's if we are well inside, we mirror it to other people and they reflect it back, so we sort of reflect. Yeah, we are a mirror to ourselves. It's quite amazing, that picture. I picture, you know, there's one person here, one person, and we reflect each other. We sort of change and things. It's weird. I think it's when we don't say exactly what we think, we change. But we, of course, if I'm myself, of course I'm going to be even, but not always either. So that's another thing to watch, is how we behave with ourselves. Like the bad boss is actually not so bad because he's so absent-minded, he forgot to look at how long it took to wrap, to do those things, or anything that takes a minute. Ouais, parce que ça c'est 1 minute. J'adore les sabliers, j'en ai toujours voulu, j'adore ça. Et dernièrement, je m'en suis offert. C'est du plastique. Tant pis. Donc maintenant, je crois que je vous ai assez, comment on dit, j'allais dire embêté, mais bon, si vous êtes là, c'est pas que je vous embête, c'est que vous voulez être embêté. Donc, c'est pas grave. I will leave you there. It is time for a break. We've worked very hard in 20 minutes, and it's a sort of place where we can really take a break when we want. Well, I'm on your own, so I could really. That could mean the start of the break. Yes, so I will be going and saying that I have entertained you enough. It wasn't entertaining, I know, not to you probably. This is a few minutes in the life of a chocolatier de Knapton. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.